Numbers.
Okay.
Don't worry, guys. I'm drinking caffeinated drink and stuffing myself with chocolate and sugar. So
Caffeinated drink.
That's what they all say.
well, it's Canada Dry ginger ale, summer blend.
That's what they all
Ooh.
say.
Yeah. They had fucking
I don't believe it.
Halloween's over. That's when you buy candy. So we went down and they had just pallets and pallets, and I was like, "Oh, I need all of it." So I bought one of everything, like a complete idiot, because I really don't need this candy, and it is 5 feet from me, and it's not healthy. But they had my favorite drink. They pulled out I guess they had like a half pallet left or something. They were like, "Oh yeah, just like $3 a box." And I was like, $3 for a fucking 10.
Fuck
So I
yeah.
bought fucking 4 boxes. Well, it's not gonna go bad. It's just pop. It's in a fucking can.
You pop. You say pop. How dare you?
Soda. It's soda
Soda.
I know so
water.
No,
many.
that's also
I know
you.
so many
It's-
people
it's-
from the United States get triggered
No,
by
it's the
that.
devil's
It's,
blood.
It's a carbonated beverage.
No, it's devil's blood.
No, you just say the name of what you get. You
It's
don't
a-
say
No, it's
soda.
devil's
You don't
blood.
say pop. You just specify what you get, and there's zero confusion.
So that
Soda
we
can
all
be
know
any
it's
soda.
devil's
Pop can
blood.
be any soda as well.
Yeah, it's fine if it's any soda.
It needs to be Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Mountain
Nah.
So-
Diet Coke.
Ooh.
So, like toilet bowl / car cleaner, or sperm killer. All right.
It better be.
Did Roll20 get an update for their character sheet?
I kind of think so as well. It does look different to me.
A slight
But-
one.
What's their,
Oh, it even got little images on the gold and all that.
Oh, they got the rights for, more content, and they actually upgraded it. Yeah. This is
Yeah.
the standard. Like they have the proper 5th
D&D
edition.
stuff.
What do you call that? Fucking
Template.
Yeah, template, but like the flares, I guess.
Oh well, the layout is
The little
different.
added details.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
it.
is there an error? I have like a weird thing where the border's not right on the success and failures to hit dice.
No, it's all good for mine.
It's all good for mine as well.
Are you like using your phone, Lo?
No,
Are you screaming?
no, I actually have a laptop on my lap.
No. Speaking of
Says
which,
words these
I'm gonna
days.
whip out my 5th edition character sheet generator on my phone.
Giggity.
'Cause I-
You put that back.
I want to try it.
Dude, that's
Giggity.
Dude, that's load. You can't just do that, dude. That's kind of load.
Whip it out, babe.
Please,
All
please
right.
stop.
Thanks for putting this on my stream, I guess.
Hey,
You're welcome.
you're welcome, Twitch. Quality content.
Demonetized.
Content!
YouTube.
That's our war cry now. Content.
Yeah. Roll d20 for content.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's quality.
But not the
Just
best.
because you keep saying quality over and over again does not make it so.
I rolled
he
an 18.
rolled- he
It's
rolled an
clearly
18.
quality content.
It's near perfect, but not quite.
All right. So realized,
I'm glad.
well, a few things happened last session, but does anybody actually want to volunteer to talk about what happened?
I am clearly not qualified for that, so someone else do it.
Well, you see, everybody was up to no good.
Don't ask.
I
me.
was up to the only good. And then I got suckered into going down with Hammerrock and buying some stuff. And then this crazy dude shows up, spouting some hullabaloo about something. I think he was drunk. Anyways, I took him to an alleyway, talked some sense into him, gave him some money, sent him on his way. Then he died.
Fucking
A
weird.
lot. All over the floor. So we took all his shit, and then we left. Yeah, that's pretty much everything that happened, you know. Oh, wait! Then I fucked off.
Dude, it's my favorite.
That was Yep, that was what we.
That happened. That happened, apparently.
Was that was the last thing that happened. Everything else was at the tavern. I brought a bit of poison to show to Silver, which he did a little investigating and found out that it was the poison was called. Yes. Went by the name the Red Sea.
Red Sea.
I thought that they called that women.
Well, they're one of the same. They're both poisonous.
Like I said.
But he found
will bleed you dry in both cases.
We found that out. Then we get both Amarok. Then Menadora and Arusha decided to check out the local library and pilfer themselves a little book on some information that could be very helpful to them.
An infernal tome of mystical arts.
That's right. And Alabaster made herself a little money.
A lot of money.
Yeah.
Unnecessary amounts of money.
A little pocket change.
She is the most impressive bard. We will be stringing her to the top of carriages everywhere. Play music!
And then James decided after
realizing he was being hunted by potentially some ne'er-do-wells that he should spook off so these innocent bystanders are not harmed in the pursuit.
Innocent.
Well, I mean, there's nothing innocent about you other than the fact that you have no affiliation towards James in this regard.
Are you calling me innocent?
Yeah, did you call Medora innocent?
Nah, he didn't. I'm just messing. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. But yes, and a little interaction between our stalwart Amarok, who's been a bit down the dumps lately, and James led to a short back and forth, and then James deciding to leave a note and take his leave out the window. So what I want from everybody right now, what we're going to do is we're going to have a little fade in on the city again. We're going to cut back to it was about mid-afternoon. It was a bit of an overcast. It had just rained not too long ago. James making his way out into the city streets. So what I want at the moment, right now, as James is doing this, what is everybody currently doing? One at a time. So we'll start with Menadora. Menadora and Arusha, what are you currently doing as this is happening? I just want a brief overview of what's going on.
Well, probably going to be studying that book in private now that I have it within my possession.
So, that's probably both of them accounted for.
Okay.
I would do something else, but I'd rather do that a little later.
Okay.
I'm just quietly meditating.
All right. What about you, Amarok? What's going on with you?
Busily scrubbing away the scorch marks on the floor.
No scorch marks. Honestly, not quite sure. He's probably drinking away his woes at the moment down in the bar, suspiciously eyeing everyone.
Okay. Having a bit of a...
He will be using some of his newfound power to speak to the bar rat. Pretty much, animals can sense fear and intent. So anybody who I talk to the rats and ask them to tell me if anybody super dangerous comes in.
Okay, so you want to talk to some rats, you say?
Sure.
Okay, well, this place is the tavern is relatively pretty free of rats. This is I mean, it's a pretty high-class place. I know I didn't go into a lot of descriptions on it, but this place is, I mean, you saw the money Alabaster just made.
Mm-hmm.
So...
Yeah, he's still suspiciously eyeing people, maybe looking for look off, maybe smell the same as the guy that blew his guts all over the street.
Okay. And finally, what about you, Alabaster? Would you? I would imagine you just wrapped up your first little playing session.
Yeah,
Yes,
so I'm just leaning against I'm just leaning against a pillar in the tavern, just kind of sipping on a drink and like taking a breather while I look at Amrock's extremely interesting and weird behavior.
Okay. So, you're all doing your own little things at the moment.
Yep.
And then everything begins to turn gray. Your vision and starts to slow. Ever so slightly.
This is for everyone?
Yeah, all of you. As you're reading your book and you're going through the pages, you begin to slow down and your vision starts to blur, and the same thing with everybody else. Everybody
entering the twilight zone.
As everybody is doing their thing and this is happening, you then all immediately black out.
Nice. That's my favorite part.
No con saving roll.
Not this time.
It's too powerful.
And when you wake up, you are all together again. In what looks like, well, you're all sitting.
Wait, whose tail is that?
What's that?
Whose tail is that? What the hell?
Let's go.
What's going on?
Yeah. So you're all sitting in a wraparound, like a very large enough for all of you, wraparound couch in front of a desk, a very large desk in this very, also quite wide and.
Oh shit, guys! I think this is that mystical being I've heard of in scarce tales. The DM. I think we fucked up.
The fuck?
I think we did something really bad.
Stop it!
GM
Stop it! Amarok bops James on the head and uses duct tape to fix the fourth wall.
Is there like a person sitting at the table with a screen set up?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
No. I know.
Oh, no.
No. It's a very elaborately put together library. There's bookshelves all across you, and they seem to stretch like. There's no ceiling in the room that you're in. They seem to stretch for miles up into the sky, into the nether, as far as you can tell. Stretching all along a number of walls.
Wait, the nether? So
I'm just using the nether as they stretch farther than you can actually see. They go and go and go, and it it gets darker. So
I start punching the table. Does it turn into a wood block?
But yeah. So there's bookshelves all across you, and and it's also very ornate. There's a number of tables and very, very well put together woodwork tables and stuff everywhere.
Mahogany.
Probably.
Wow.
And yes, and when you all come out of your stupor that you were in, you do see somebody on the other side of the table. A very familiar somebody.
It's me!
Who responds when you awaken by checking her wristwatch and saying, late. She then leans forward and says, well, how are we all doing today? And you recognize this woman as she leans forward as the mysterious woman who you met in Tessie's shop.
It's Lucina, isn't it?
It is Lucina Milian.
The chick with 3 breasts. Hell yeah.
What up?
And
Is this a tiefling we're talking about here?
what's that?
Is this a tiefling we're talking about here?
No, Lucina, from what you can all see, is pretty much human.
Oh, of course. Interdimensional, 3-titted bitches. Got it.
I know.
Huff. Everybody here obviously knows that she doesn't have 3 breasts. Please, let's stop pushing this.
The triple-breasted
We
suit.
do not have fans to draw fan art for this yet, and I don't want to start on that.
It's just raw, man. We're just going off the raw.
I know. Look,
You gotta do a new errata for it, all right?
Anyway, moving on.
yes, she's in her suit, in her usual attire, and then and she says that, and then she follows it up with, probably not in the best of sorts, I imagine. A little woozy. Apologies for that. The timekeeper, I imagine, is already... I already had to pay a lump sum to get the timekeeper to get you away from what you were all doing.
I kind of look around shiftily.
What are you doing? Did you kidnap us?
Yeah,
We certainly aren't here willingly.
I act as Amarok's hype man. Yeah,
He draws his axe.
kidnap.
What do you want?
Calm down, Amarok. I brought you all here for a very special reason. For a very specific reason, in fact. Something that, well, I don't know if any of you have picked up on,
The fate of the world.
but how many of you here would describe what you've been going through currently in your travels at, well, possibly a lack of direction? I imagine many of you are quite curious as to why, well, things as it stand seem to be, well, for all of you anyway, at a standstill. In fact, one member of your little group, and she puts her hand under her chin, like her hands under her chin, she puts them together and she says, has already decided to, well, travel another road, as it were. And, funnily enough, nobody seemed to even have an interest in stopping him.
Oh, Mom, come on. They're not my friends, okay?
When she says him, I immediately turn to the two dudes in the group. One of you might want to explain?
2.5 dudes.
I don't think you really have to ask, considering the fact that we entered the room of someone with an incredibly interesting figure on the ground. But right, not everyone knows this, of course.
What are we supposed to do? What are you talking about?
Well, it's not what you're supposed to do, more as what...
We're supposed to be a family, guys.
What
I'm so sorry.
something has been doing for you. Now, before I continue, let me go ahead and make my position quite clear here. It is not my duty to make your decisions for you. That, of course, is always up to you. But the reason why I have called you here is because in my business, in my line of work, I have made a very, very sizable investment in each of your, in all of your destinies, as it were.
Oh no, it's a Deus Ex Machina.
Me and my associates, my other colleagues, we
I've worked so hard.
There's a lot of vagaries here, so if you could de-magic us and let me go back to earning some money, because I'd like to spend my life not in a void.
Yeah,
All right.
I got some revenge to plan, you know, like... Yeah.
Well, then let me go ahead and cut to the chase. There is not one destiny to everyone out there. There are many, many, many possible ones. And Mr. Bartholomew...
Kind of pull myself up so you can see me under the from the table.
While you have already decided to split
Set sail for new lands.
your destiny from the rest of theirs,
Huh. So you're just going to leave then?
Yar.
let me just go ahead and tell you that this decision, this separation, was not just on your part.
'Twere preordained. 'Twas.
Such is so. And that is why you're all here. Something out there is causing a rift, is...
Poisoning people?
Well, is making a problem for my and my colleagues' investments. Someone or something has decided to make a game of this whole business, this whole enterprise. Now, you all are going to play a very, very large part in the events to come. But one thing I absolutely intend for you to find out, whether by accident or happenstance, is uncover what this mysterious entity is and why he's doing such a thing.
Are you going to pay us?
And there it is.
I expect there to be a monetary value.
Like, you don't expect me to do this for free. You know I have to eat.
I got kids to feed, man.
Of course not. But it will not just be my money. It'll be the money of the many, many people you run across. You come across. This is not a job that I'm specifically giving you to find someone. This is a job that I'm giving you.
All the YouTube ad revenue.
Jesus Christ. Jesus fucking Christ.
Stay focused.
Come on, Cal.
No. What this is me setting you back on a proper path, as it were. From then, your decisions will still be your own, of course, but at the moment, consider this more of a test. A way to, well, have him show his hand. It took a lot, and I do mean a lot, for me to give, for you to not only be here, and to give you said information, but to, well, revert things. When you leave here, when I send you back, you are going to get a very, very, very important job from Tessie. Now, what I suggest from this point on, and believe me when I say that this will not only affect what's been happening as far as you're all concerned, but something like this, well, there are many other clients with many other destinies out there. Everybody has their own, and everybody's set on their own. But
why don't you just speak in plain English? Well, you sit here and you talk about dark, lethal conspiracies, and I don't know what your little group versus their group. Why? So far, you haven't given me any reason at all to do anything you say. You say you drop me back, you just bring me here. What?
Listen to her. At this point, you're not going to get any answers from her. Not any clear answers. So I suggest you shut up and listen to her. Just listen to her, Amarok. That's all I ask.
Fine. Crosses his arms.
Continue.
yeah, she's just, she would have her like fingers on her fucking temples at this point. She'd say,
Where
All
am I
right.
sitting? Around this table on the couch?
Next to me.
Just like, am I?
All
Like,
right.
am I at one of the edges of the circle?
Sure.
I leave. I just stand up and leave.
You are then forced by some mysterious entity right back into your chair. There is no exit. I don't know where you plan on going. And I said I would bring you back. But if you would please give me just one more moment. Fine, Amarok. As it stands, there's something out there. Something out there. Very, very dangerous. Dogman. Very dangerous. Much more dangerous.
Can you
I
give
imagine.
me something?
What do you want?
What? You keep saying everything is so dangerous. What? What is it? A person, a thing, a organization. Give me something to look for. I am a bounty hunter. I go out there, I grab the bad guys, I bring them back. I get money. I make the world a better place, and I keep on going by making my living. You give me nothing. You give me just handfuls of guesswork and spooky, scary stories. You speak of nothing. You say a lot of words with nothing in it.
If you would let me finish. This is why I brought you here. When I send you back, that is going to disrupt whatever goal he had in mind for yours. For all of yours, your current destinies. Bartholomew, over there, was going to be set on a path that would have led him, well, let's just say not toward his fortune. And yes, Mr. Bartholomew, I know exactly what you're looking for.
Bartholomew, huh?
So I try to sit up and I can't, obviously. So I try to adjust myself and go, look, hun, you got the wrong guy. What it sounds like you need is some heroes or wizards or something. There's plenty of those. Now, if you'll excuse me, I had somewhere I need to be.
What happened to your accent?
It's a character thing.
I realize you're a big fan of running, Mr. Bartholomew. But maybe for once in your small life, you could maybe take a look back and actually realize what you have currently in your life. Instead of that you have someone who actually tried who is actually concerned enough for you to try to stop you, who wondered for your well-being. And you brush them off and abandon them.
He does have a point.
All of them. If you really think you can take on whatever it is you're looking for out there on... then, by all means. When I leave you, as I said, I'm sorry.
You said,
as I said, Jesus Christ, as I said, when I put you back out there, Tessie will approach you for a job. It is merely a suggestion that you take it. This job is going to be very important and will affect the lives of everyone in your land. All of the Daltoils, all of the Tabaxi, and even the orcs. Everyone out there.
I think I'm re-rolling a character, guys.
Why us? There's plenty of fish in the sea.
There are. But each and every one of you have something very special, not only tying you to each other, but tying you to other planes. Isn't that right, Menadora?
Funny. What's that supposed to mean?
What it means is, whatever happened to you was the work, was what we believe, was what I and my colleagues believe to be the work of this man, of this entity who has kept things from moving as they were meant to.
So, you're saying that whoever or whatever this is has broke the change of everything, and you want us to go find and stop whatever this thing is from destroying whatever keeps this world changing.
That's correct. And this job that Tessie is going to give you will set you not only back on said path, but will, I believe, set you towards finding this entity. And some answers for each of you.
You just want to watch from the sidelines, I guess? Not even going to participate in this little game?
I've already done my part, she says as she rubs her temples again. And it's already cost me quite a bit, so...
Funny. Alright. We'll see.
Now, if there are no more questions...
Fine. I'll do your little game. I'll do anything for my country.
And what would happen if we refused?
She gives a little smirk and she says, as I said, we are all makers of our own destiny. Possibly. Who knows where yours might have led? Where else yours might have led?
Master, I think she's assuming that if we don't take this little quest of hers, we may see Doomsday.
Oh, I know what she's trying to say.
You should just say that. It's really not that hard. Like, hey, go do this or everybody dies. It's like,
Where's the fun in that?
I forgot the simpleton I was dealing with here.
Amrock stands up with a big scowl on his face. You have a problem with me?
If I'd had a problem with you... Yes, if I'd had a problem with you, I wouldn't have invested in you.
And what did you invest in me? You had me on your little leash for a second. Don't fuck it up.
Amarok?
What?
If she has the power to bring us here, more likely than not, she has the power to completely fuck your day up. So I wouldn't be barking up this tree, dog boy.
As much as I hate to admit it, she does have a point. So we'll see how this goes.
Better watch your mouth, little horned one. Back down.
Oh, you're grumpy.
Talk to him. Talk to each other. You're going to be spending a lot more time together from now on. Well, let's all hope so anyway. And then she she takes out her little coin again. She flips it, catches it, flips it over, and then looks at it. And then looks back at you, smirks, and then you all are immediately blacked out again. All right. So once you all are awoken again, you find yourselves back at the bar, together, sitting as a group. Amarok with a drink in his hand, Menadora possibly reading or speaking with Arusha, Bartholomew sitting, drinking, scheming, who knows, and Alabaster with her instrument.
Do we have memory of what just happened?
Yes, you do.
I get up and I leave the tavern and head towards the docks.
Bartholomew James Brooke has officially permanently left the party.
That's an assumption.
I will follow him.
Wait.
That's an assumption.
It's the
Wait.
DM making an executive decision.
What? You're assuming. I have another plan.
Dog. Okay, alright. You did not say you leave the party. Alright, fine. I'm sorry for assuming. Okay, alright, fine.
Bro.
Fine. You did not say you were leaving the party.
I will play on that though for the rest of the campaign. But no, I'm not.
What?
You just upped and walked out, not saying anything to anyone.
Yeah.
And you expect us not to assume that you just upped and left the party.
Tessie,
Okay, he didn't.
she
Up to
just said Tessie was gonna come up with the job, and then you decide to leave.
I'm fairly confident everybody's capable of listening to her speak, and I'll be back rather quick. At least in my mind. I mean, if nobody asks me where I'm going, then yeah, I just get up and leave. But
And I follow him.
Alright.
Wait.
how closely are you following me?
Bounty hunter. Just
Are you stealthing or
at least I'll try. If the
you
GM
can
allows.
take a lot of time and we're
Yes,
okay.
yeah, like go like do whatever you're gonna do.
Oh. Does he have advantage?
I don't.
I'm asking the DM.
Who, Amara? What are you trying to stealth for?
From me.
Follow James.
Trying to follow me.
To sneak after him? You don't.
Okay. So I will then I will lose Amarok. Oh,
No,
Or
you
not.
won't.
apparently I won't. So we're just both trying to. He's following me, trying to be hidden, and I'm trying to fucking ditch him. This is awkward.
You don't even know I'm there. What are you talking about?
My passive perception is 18. I definitely know you're there.
Okay, so we both know we're there.
Yeah.
Where are you going? Where are you going, little guy?
Unlike his usual self, James's face is obscured not because he's short and you can't see past his hat, but because his head is down. And he simply says, I have some unfinished business I need to attend to.
Okay,
He continues down towards the docks.
I follow him. But then let's go and finish your business.
I'd like to be alone.
Yeah, we can't do that. Friends don't let friends do that. And he whacks you with his tail.
He stops and he simply just says, a friend would respect a friend's wishes. And then he continues to walk away without looking back.
Okay, I stop.
Anyways, I'll be brief. I get to the docks. I walk down to one of the sides, kind of away from other people. And he takes off his hat. He kind of doffs it a little, sets it on like a post of one of the docks. Just kind of hangs it there. Undoes his belt, or that's holding his coat together, what little there is of it. He takes the coat off. He takes some things out of the pockets. We'll leave that as a mystery. But leaves others. There's still some weight to the coat in a few spots. He bundles it up, places it in the water, takes his hat and pushes the coat and lets it sink. and yeah, he throws his hat as well and walks away. And he says, "Goodbye, Captain." He also cries.
Okay.
Cries a lot.
Oh, very cinematic.
So,
He makes it
So while you-
to the tavern.
so as you go off to do that, and this would happen as Amarok would be making his way back into the tavern. Before you even have a chance to maybe sit back down, or you immediately hear the pitter-patter of little feet, little shoes on the ground as they are running, and they burst through the doors. You see a hurried and full of anxiety and possibly worry little Tessie look around a little bit, spot the rest of you, and say, and run over and say, guys. Okay.
Out with it.
Well, I got a job for you. Well, maybe a little bit more than a job, but I got...
We know. Out with it.
Well, there's somebody very, very important I need you to meet that would prefer I not speak their name in public, as it were, back at my shop.
I get up and start walking towards the shop.
I follow behind Narusha.
With a face that says, I don't have time for this shit. Guys, I call back, it's like, come on, little goblin, we have shit to do.
Yeah, she would, she'd look a little surprised at that at first, but then she'd think, oh, alright, yeah, cool. And she would, if everybody else would follow too, she would, but before she'd leave, though, she'd say, to anybody else not already making their way to the shop, she'd say, where's the little fella? James?
He's taking care of some personal business.
Oh, okay.
Come on, let's go.
I
If
suppose
he's coming, he'll already know. And
Hey.
Amarok walks out the door.
Yeah, she would. She'd follow behind you, kind of worriedly, and say, like, as she's following, she'd say, "Are you sure? Somebody shouldn't stay behind and tell him?" Okay. All right. So you guys make your way over there. When you get inside, you see the shop as it was. It's a little bit more touched up than it was before. Actually, not quite.
Make a roll.
Okay. Yeah. No. You make your way there. And yeah, you get inside. It's a little touched up. So you get in, and she actually motions for you all to follow her upstairs. And you head up there, and when you reach the top, you notice a cloaked and really just fucking dirtied up figure. They look homeless. They look like shit.
James?
Yeah. Thinking that. I was thinking that.
Yeah. And they, when they notice you, you come up, they stand, and yeah. Not too quickly. They slowly get up from their chair and bring their hands together in front of themselves. Not like wide out, but more like holding them down together, like underneath their stomach down there, and they hold it there. And from what all of you can gather, just from looking at them, obviously they look dirty. But from under the cloak, you can tell the distinct shape of a muzzle.
Oh, great.
A,
I step forward and look them up and down, and it's like, Del Toil.
Meow.
I'll speak to. I'll say it in door. Brother, what do you want?
yeah, she smiles and says, observant. Good. And they begin to they pull their hands up to their hood, and they pull it down, and even under all of the grime and everything, all of the dirt and the grime and the mud and all the shit that they've smeared all over their fur and matted it up. Amarok, just from... Well, actually, Amarok, how... You were a soldier, correct?
I was.
Before becoming a mercenary.
Bounty hunter.
Okay. This is
Semantics.
Right.
I know. I'm.
Yeah, I've gotten it all game so far. But anyway. But you can definitely tell, even just from looking at this Daltoil's eyes.
Male, female.
Well, it's clearly a female. It's clearly a female from the sound of her voice. But you can tell just from seeing her eyes that this, and as she begins to grab a towel and wipe it away, this is the Queen.
My lady.
Queen Amara Aventius.
Check that out.
Do you say anything? Is she speaking common?
She is.
I'm speaking in Daltoil.
Right.
Your Majesty. And I dropped to a knee and bow my head.
Arxunian.
I look to my right and see Amarok to his knee, and I'm just like looking back at look back at her. I'm like, "You're royalty, aren't you?"
That's correct. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. What is it? Alabaster?
I'm sorry. How big are her tits?
Oh,
no.
I will
She
cut
has
your
6?
fucking hands off. I will cut your fucking hands
Fucking
off.
grab her tits. You don't see it coming, bro. You're on your knees.
thinking.
I stop you.
Okay.
Go stop
The
you.
party. Do I arrive in time to trip her up while Arusha tackles her?
I would say that by the time she starts to, by the time Emerald gets on a knee as he recognizes her, and Arusha says this, I would say you would show up in the shop, and then Tessie would say, "Hey, there you are," and then she'd say they're upstairs.
I now the only real significant clothing is that I have a cloak. That's it. No more hat. No more fancy.
Cloak, huh?
Just
New man.
Okay.
Still smells of fish.
Yeah.
I got it from a fish market. What can I say?
Okay.
I ain't give up on the titties.
Okay. Her breasts are a very modest beak up.
I hold her back with one hand. I'm just like, not this time.
I just casually look at Arusha like, it's only titties.
Yes, titties of a queen.
That's like an achievement right there.
I want that achievement.
Maybe later. Right now we have something to focus on.
Fine. I just take a step back and just like cross my arms and
And
look at
I
her.
gesture my gauntlets to her and it's like, speak. We have much to do.
Yeah. James and Tessie would make their way up, and she would she'd look to she would answer your question first, Arusha, and she would say, "You're correct, young half orc. I believe your name was Arusha, if Tessie told me correctly."
Arusha Valentine.
Valentine. Yes, I'm the queen of these lands.
And now, my second question. What's the queen of these lands doing here in a condition such as yours?
Well, as you can imagine, it's very hard for a queen, especially on her own, without any royal escorts, to, well, even see friends without getting hassled.
Right. I imagine you're not very well liked among the subjects. My assumption was correct.
This time, and it's funny that you bring that up, Miss Arusha. And she would look to Amarok and she would say,
Testing.
yeah. She'd say, "You may rise." Please.
Yes.
I'm
Your
not
Majesty.
even properly dressed for
Your
such courtesy.
beauty shines through.
You flatter me,
All right.
but
I'd pull Amrock's tail back down to earth.
Yeah.
but yes. I suppose.
James, where is your hat?
Just for politeness' sake, I suppose. She would look to the rest of you and regard you in your name. She would look to Alabaster and she would say, "All of you in your names." She would look to James for a second longer, and she would say, "Well, the dirt matches up, but no hat."
Does she say that? Like she says,
Yes.
a tear wells up on his left eye, and he kind of looks down.
Mm. Yeah, and she would yeah, her eyes would go a little
His eyes
wide
are
after
puffy
that.
and red, by the way.
Yeah, right. And she would she'd look around to everyone else, and she would say, "But yes, as to the as to why you're all here, and as to why Tessie called you here, and for further details for you, Arusha, the reason I called you all to see me is because, well, I have a very special assignment for all of you that could very well mean the life or death of our nations, and possibly the rest of the world, as it were.
Well,
And-
I've already lost one life. What's left to give?
Right. And let me get this straight. Let me at least guess our mission. Find a certain something or someone and stop that certain something or someone, correct?
Impressive.
Well,
When did you become so insightful there, Arusha?
well,
I just point back to the halfling. I'm just like, I want to get this shit over with as much as you do. Keep talking.
well, close. I had a more. We definitely have a better idea than just something. This goes as far back as the Orc War, as the Orcan War and Rebellion.
Oh, when you mention the Orc War and Rebellion, you feel the air heat up. Continue.
I believe you are already all fairly familiar, or at least have heard in passing, especially at this point, well, at least at this point, of the assassination of the High Queen of Paris.
Wait
Well.
a second.
Mm-hmm.
I would
She
like
looks-
to ready an action to douse Arusha with this bucket of water I have.
Yeah, she looks over her shoulder at the tabaxi and is like, "You have anything to say?"
Why are you so
Heated.
jumpy? Jesus, calm down.
He turns back to the Daltoyo Queen.
Yes, and she would say, right, but yes, well, currently, through various outside means and contacts I have, we have a good idea that this is no simple plot. This is no simple means to cause an uprising or just a stir within the Parisian capital, or even within our own, or to even cause dissension. What I know so far and what I've found out, we believe this may be connected to a group. At least, it would have to be. A group that was also responsible for the Orcan uprising and their rule.
So partially responsible for us.
Yes, it would seem so. At least, well, not completely directly, more so just for putting them in power, but this organization, these people, or whatever it is, we don't know much. Nothing specific, no names. But we do have a location. 2 locations, in fact, that we have dug into. These locations are going to require you all to take a journey. Currently, and she'd walk over to a map that Tessie would have kind of just haphazardly nailed to her wall with various little tacks in certain places, some notes put here and there. She'd remove a few of these notes and look to Tessie and say apologies. And then she would say, currently, due to this assassination, the Parisian nobles, or the Parisian nobles and the people are scrambling to find themselves a new leader to put another queen in power. This is going to take a lot of time, mainly due to the fact that she was the last of her lineage.
Are there no duchesses willing to take over?
Willing? After such a direct attack on the High Queen's life?
How?
No one is stepping forward.
How was she assessed?
Well, she was... What's that? Yeah, okay, you're throwing out stuff. She'd say, funnily enough, it was within her castle, under heavy guard, with a... Yes, it was in her castle, under heavy guard, in her own bed. She was poisoned. But the name of this, the exact origins of this poison, we are still currently sussing out at the moment. Was
it from a needle point?
Yes, actually.
Like a James coincidence?
But but yes, currently, due to this, the borders have been closed. This, which will mean that, and one of these locations is within Paris, which will mean you will all have to go by sea. I will have a ship prepared for you all. In the morning. Once you arrive, and she points to a location on the map for me. She says, once you arrive in a small inlet by the name of Thoffa, you will meet with my agents. They will brief you on where you need to go and what exactly we feel will lead you to it. We feel will lead you to it. But onto more specific reasoning on these events as a whole. We believe that due to such a history we've found on this entity so far, and how much would seem to line up currently with the state of things as it stands with the citizens of not only Raffetia but Paris as well, someone is trying to orchestrate another civil war between us and the Parisians. This civil war is to weaken us. To weaken us so that the orcs will have a better opportunity to retake what they assume is their land. Now, I'm sure you all have also heard from Tessie's adorable little invention outside that the orcs have also wished for a landsmeet.
Yeah.
This is nothing new. They have been requesting on numerous occasions mine, as well as the king's presence, on matters concerning more land, more supplies, any opportunity they can to plead with us, or, as they put it, to try and arrange some more land for their growing tribes. And every time we not so much appease them, but we at least give them enough to tide them over. Some small supplies here and there. The most we've ever given them is a small bit of land on an even smaller island outside of their own country.
But why bother having a land meet at all? Why appease them?
And that's the thing. This time, it was different. They usually send missives, they send notes. Sometimes they will even attempt to send messengers. This time, of all things, a war chief, by themselves, attempted to make contact.
Never that organized. Something or someone, because usually they're never that organized.
My thoughts exactly.
It's a ruse of the highest caliber.
But these people who are pulling the strings, as it were, seem to be at least a step ahead of us at every turn. And that's where you come in. A small group who can infiltrate, as it were, Paris in its current state, find out what we need to know, and stop them.
What's the reward?
Well, you will all be given a sizable amount of not only gold, but land of your own, even homes. But what I will say is that if such items of value or complacent comfort aren't enough, I will be willing to hear you out on whatever you might want. Such a thing that could prevent not only another civil war, but but another orc uprising. I'd say that's worth definitely within the bounds of whatever your imagination can conjure, at least as far as I can give it.
It would be an honor, you imagine.
Arusha crosses her arms and is like, the rest of the party. Is everyone in agreement?
Oh, I could certainly use
You
my
watch your
own
language in
face.
front of her.
Yeah, fuck you.
I gotta see it this way. She's not really here as royalty as much as she is a commoner in these parts right now. We're disguised, so
Yeah.
just like us currently.
How about you?
It does not matter how she's dressed.
Are you up for this?
She is of regal birth, and you will give her due.
Calm
Who's
down,
talking to her
boy.
now?
Talking to you.
Oh, I'm just... Yeah, I guess I can follow. As long as it takes me where I need to be.
He turns back to the Daltoya Queen and is like, well, there you have it. We're willing to take the job.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Well,
Point us,
Tessie?
point us in the right direction, and we'll go from there.
Absolutely. She says, yeah, and she would say, as I said, a ship will be prepared for you in the morning. You will make your way, and she points back to the map again, to a small inlet by the name of Thafa. Once you reach it, you will meet with a number of my agents in the field. They will have paperwork for you to better blend in over there, as it were. The Parisian government, especially at this point in time, are obviously going to crack down, as it were, on any tourists. You all need to look like you've been there.
Not an issue to me.
Exactly. Now, if there are no more questions, I suggest you all, prepare yourselves. The seas, from what my naval officers have told me, have been, well, quite angry, as it were, of late. Normally, this trip would only take a few days. It may be a bit longer than that. So, prepare yourselves. The ship will be waiting for you in the morning, and I will have, just as added insurance, and to make sure you're all kept abreast of the situation, obviously, I'll be sending someone with you. Someone very important to me.
Done by me.
Fine.
Very well.
She turns her back to her. If there's nothing else, we'll take our leave.
Yes, and she would give a slight bow to the rest of you, and would say, yes, of course. Thank you again. The captain will see you in the...
Yeah. And she waves off as she walks back downstairs.
Your Majesty, do you require an escort?
Excuse me. I grab her tits.
As I come to the top of the stairs, I'm just like, oh, by the way, go have fun, Catwoman.
Oh yeah! You won't tell me that twice. Grab her tits.
What did you say, Hoff? Was that last?
Go have fun, Catwoman.
Okay.
And grab her tits.
Then she grabs her
right.
tits.
All right then.
I'm part
So
of you now.
let me ask you something, Alabaster.
Uh-huh.
How quickly would you say...
Your hands get chopped off?
Yeah, no. How quickly would you say that you rush towards said...
I use my cat's agility to, like, swiftly move like a shadow towards her, and I creep down from below, and I just gently grab her boobs, and I look her in the face, and I say, how do you call this when you get a payment before a job, like part of a payment?
It's possible.
Okay. So what happens is you use your cat-like agility. You rush up, you come upon her, and then immediately, right before your hands, and I mean right before your hands touch boob, her hands immediately clasp and interlock with your fingers.
Oh, giggity.
And she's fast.
And she says, she'd say, oh, I'm sorry, did you want a hug or a handshake before I sent you off?
I wanted a squeeze, but your hands will do, so I just warmly clasp her hands, and I just like grin at her. I'm like, pretty puppy.
How dare you?
Calm down, dog boy. It's mindless fun.
Let's go over right now.
Pat his shoulder and it's like, give her a second.
Amarok starts panicking. Can't decide whether he should be in abject horror or whether he should be chopping her to little tiny pieces.
You ready, Tabaxi?
Uh-huh.
Alright, we'll take our leave.
Before I head out, do want to ask the queen something.
Okay, so this little exchange happens. She gives like as you say that, and then that little thing happens with Amrak, and she gives like a little like a look to Tessie, like an obvious look of, you were not kidding.
How she was warned. Oh, God damn it.
Preparation, man.
And then, okay, so you walk up to her and she says, yes, Menadora.
How much do you trust us exactly?
Well, it's a difficult question, honestly. I trust Tessie. Almost as much as I trust my husband. And that's saying quite a bit. So, by extension, I suppose I can at least offer you all the same amount of respect and some trust.
I see. Well, that's always appreciated, of course. No, trust can go a long way. Well, I just wanted to ask that real quick. I want to grab her hand and then give her a kiss on her hand. I'll take my leave now. Appreciate it.
Hi, Master. I called out from downstairs.
Give her a little smirk when I head off.
Alright.
Oh, as I walk away, I just look back at her and I tell her, I'll be asking you a little something as payment once we're done with this.
I have a feeling I know what that is.
We all know what that is. There's no hiding that one. There was no hiding that one. We all know what that is. And with that, we move ourselves back to the tavern.
Okay.
Amarok hates you all.
I didn't do anything bad.
Oh man,
So you-
nothing happened.
He's the loyal subject, and everybody else got to like shake her hands, and
Oh.
he didn't get none of that.
Because you're that stuck up, too shy guy to even go close to her.
Yeah. So he's walking back, head down, ears droop.
Oh, then I look at Amarok, and like an interesting idea pops up in Alabaster's head, and she just walks up to you and grabs your two hands and clasps, and she's like indirect touching, and she leaves while laughing.
He looks at his hands, mesmerized.
Arusha rolls her eyes at this and is like, simpleton. Anyway.
So you all make your way back. So can you all do something for me very quickly?
Which is...
Sure.
Yeah.
Can you all make me
Yeah.
some initiative check?
Oh yes, this is it. Revenge.
Eh?
Boop.
Wow.
Where's Callie?
Of course. Of course the master goes first.
Where's Callie?
Somewhere.
Kelly, you're muted.
Yeah.
Even with that perfect.
No, nat 20, you go first. I'd have to also roll a nat 20. I have a dirty 20.
I get the
Dirty 20.
I rolled a 17 plus 3.
Okay. So half you rolled a 3.
Yes.
Okay. So, as you're walking along back to the tavern, you things begin to you all start to notice, at least anybody who's like obviously doesn't have their head just looking at the ground. You all notice
James is he's a now.
He's talking about me.
Oh.
Right. You all begin to notice the streets are fairly crowded. It's still like middle of the day. It's getting close to evening though, but still mid to late afternoon. You all notice people, strangers, starting to just give you strange looks, and then as they walk by you, and then continue to stare at you. And as you're walking through these crowds, you see more and more people continue to do this. Not in a like a curious, like what is that type of look, but more in a eyes completely wide open, like mouth and like indifferently shut, just staring at something as if completely mesmerized to all of you. And as this happens, you see the crowds of these people begin to slow, and then you notice fewer and fewer people you're having to walk by, as if more people are splitting off. And then things begin to turn gray again.
Oh,
Not again.
god damn it.
But nothing slows down for you all. Everything seems to move just fine. Your vision doesn't slow, nothing. It just seems as if the world around you begins to turn gray.
Is this Kingdom Hearts?
And then you find yourselves as you near the tavern, you find yourselves not only blocked off from the tavern, but in a large circle of people, of all the citizens around you, just staring at you. And then you see two individuals walk out of the back of the crowd. They begin to shamble forward slightly. And then they open their mouths as wide as they can almost looking like they're going to break their jaw with how wide it is. And then you notice large tusks begin to shoot out
So,
out of their throat.
Daggers
immediately
flying.
begin to get into a fighting stance.
I just, I spin and my cloak flurls up and 2 daggers fly out at them.
Alright. Let me... Sorry.
20.
Can Sanctuary plays in the background.
Oops, my bad.
I literally just run up and punch one of them.
Initiative. Nat 1. Oh, jeez. Oh, all hope is lost.
Nat 1.
Oaf like tripped or something on the way over.
Where'd you see Nat 1?
He rolled a 3 with +2.
Oh, you mean
He rolled a
Quev.
nat 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still gonna do that even though I'm slow.
Oh,
Nice.
there's a difference between slow and literally falling or something.
You
Didn't
trip on your
fall.
way.
That one is you go dead last.
Well, that is
I
last.
know.
Or
Don't think I don't know that, Cal. Come on now.
I mean, it could be lose a turn if your DM's cruel enough. I don't.
Huh?
Okay.
You silly.
Doo-doo-doo.
I'm gonna restart my Discord quick.
God
It's
damn.
slowing down like mad. So give me a quick second.
Okay. Give me a second to move you all here. Now, I made a little map for you guys.
Joy.
I drew it myself.
There you go.
Oh boy.
So, just going to prep for the laugh track.
Gimme.
Oh, sweet
You were not kidding.
Jesus.
Oh.
Hey man, if it
Oh no.
Such art.
if it works, it works.
Oh.
Don't even worry about it, dude.
I think it's worse.
Oh.
I assume those are walls on the sides, or are there streets, or
Well, you're in
Look
the
how
middle.
handsome I am.
God
You're,
damn, silly.
Damn.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you're all in the middle of the street. Those are like little sidewalks before you get into the buildings.
I forgot how to drag my character. Oh, okay. And I think
I'll be right back.
There we go.
But yeah, you'd also notice as these two figures came out from the front. Yeah, if everybody's, I imagine everybody's like looking around at everything too. You would also a number of them coming from the back as well. So
Oh, no.
So currently, and I just wrote it down just in case because I didn't have the turn order thing up at the time. So first in the order would be Alabaster. So Alabaster, what do you want?
No, shouldn't be silver.
Should
He
be silver.
crit.
You rolled a nat 20.
Wait, regardless? I thought that I just beat you, James, not.
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Oh, all
I
right.
think,
So
I think that's how it
Nat
works.
20, you should.
You only get criticals in battle.
Well, yeah. I mean, it depends if we want to do if we want crits on initiative.
GM decide.
Yeah,
DM decide.
I
Oh
mean,
boy.
I don't care what you decide.
no. Yeah, we'll just
Let the bard go first.
Yeah, just
Oh,
let
who said
Alabaster.
that?
Let the
Just
bard
the
go
higher-
first. Oh God.
No pressure.
Bardic inspiration. Oh, excuse me. Sorry.
I think somebody
Batman here or something?
inspired by you, Alabaster.
I am going to
Whip
use.
out those puppies.
Is bardic inspiration a bonus action, by the way?
It should say in the description itself.
Why, yes, it is.
Oh,
Huh.
it is a bonus action. So
Oh my goodness.
I'm going to give bardic inspiration to.
Not Amarok Kappa.
Not Amarok. Give it to somebody who needs it.
I'm gonna give it to Minadora.
Good
What does
choice.
Bardic Inspiration do?
I don't remember. You're gonna have to press that
Okay,
button.
I'm pressing that button.
Thank you. Oh, the die and add the number roll to one ability check, attack, roll, saving throw.
Okay, so I'm going to attack. Utterly, how much can I move again? What's the skill on this shit again? I forgot. Skilly. Do.
Okay, cool.
Or there's guys behind us. Yeah, that's a lot of guys. I'm going to get close to. Or not. I'm a healer. Give me a moment here. My brain is melting. When you hit a creature with a weapon attack, can it be magic or does it have to be with a weapon?
Does say weapon attack, not magic attack.
Alright, so I'm going to grab my dagger and throw it at the guy down there.
Which
dagger throwing?
This guy. This
Which one?
guy.
Oh, the one you blinked at. Okay.
Yeah. So.
It's a purple.
Okay.
So this is dagger.
Good
dagger.
Let's keep it fair. Let's keep it fair. I'll take the 4 in front. You 4, take the 2 in back.
Does that even hit?
It just missed.
God damn it.
Dang.
Fuck that dagger. Right before I end my turn, I just wanna kind of look.
Also, the turn order thing isn't placed.
Never mind. That's it. I stopped my turn, dude. That's it.
All right. Yeah. So next would be, well,
Is there a reason the turn order isn't showing?
oh, do you not see it?
No. It's blank for me.
Yep.
Sam.
Still blank.
Yep.
I believe in you. Yep, still blank.
Man, that's weird. Oh wait, okay. So you can see the turn order thing, but you can't see
Anyone.
The people on it.
you. Nobody's on it. Okay, Hoff, how do you manually load them onto the?
You right-click them, and when you look at the top of the column, and it says "Add Turn." Just add a turn and just put them in. It's really hard.
Oh, it's close for me.
What?
We'll get there. We'll get there. I believe in you. Ah, it's Alabaster at 0.
All right. You know what? I already wrote everybody down and the order. So you and James,
I do
Menno
actually
tied. Yeah.
because
So
of my higher decks. Unless somebody has more than 3.
yes, then James would go.
Yeah, go for it.
Alright, so I'm 5, 10, 25 away from him. I have no name. Can I delay my turn?
Sure.
Yeah.
Cool.
Wouldn't that put you
do that.
basically in ready?
Hmm?
Wouldn't that technically put you in like a ready, basically?
Yeah, basically, like, I just pass my turn until I want to take it.
Or hold, rather. Yeah.
I just
Okay.
kind of stand there just waiting to act.
Aight. Sounds cool. So, my turn next, I guess?
Yep. Go for it.
Alright. So, I am going to... quick question. Does Mage Armor apply to... Can I apply it to myself? But it says... It is a touch
It's only
action.
you.
No, that is... False Life is only me. Mage Armor is a touch action. It can apply to anyone that does not have armor.
If you put that on me or Arusha, it cancels out our special armors.
No, I get that. I'm just asking if... I'm
Yes, you
just
can put
simply
it on it.
asking if I could put it on myself.
Yeah, definitely. It's made for you.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Then yeah, I would like to use Mage Armor on myself. That would put me at 3. But it costs an action, so that's about... Well, I can... Let me see where I want to move. These feet are accurate, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so like...
Yep. Don't do that.
No, I'm just looking how far away they are. So I can move away from the crowded one. Crowded area.
Okay.
No, I will move south, because, you know, I'd rather be hit by the least, potentially.
There you go.
than
Good job.
So that's... Let me see... How far away is that? Don't grab it. So, and then I'll move one more space down. Alright.
Careful, don't get too close to that knight.
I mean, they'll be able to reach me regardless. It's that I'd rather avoid as many as I can of those 4 up above.
Okay, I'll try and take care of that.
Thank you.
2 of them have crossbows.
Yeah, if we can take care of the ones in the south, that'd be the best option, so that way we only have to worry about one direction. We don't want to be flanked.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, that's it for me.
I'm still
who's
going my turn.
Whose turn is it then? Is it mine?
Yeah, so you're gonna have to tell us our turns because we are not aware.
Yeah.
Well, it's Alabaster, Menadora,
But we don't know the
whoever's-
enemies.
Oh, sure.
Is Silly still here?
Sully?
Can't go quiet on us, buddy.
Did he die?
Apparently.
Oh, Sil, wake your ass up.
Yep. Mm.
Hi, welcome back.
It worked.
Hello.
Did you
Okay.
fall asleep? Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay, where did you leave off? Because I think it's my turn.
Yes, it would be your turn next.
Okay. Sorry.
Bless you.
Bless you, I think.
Bless you.
Okay. Amarok is going to move here. And he'll, as he's drawing his great axe and yelling at Arusha, he's like, protect the other one. And then I'm going to grab some caltrop. Nice.
Woo!
Dang!
And I will chuck them to be in these 4 squares. They said 10 by 10 square. If they move into it, they have a DC 15 Dex save. If they fail it, they have to stop their movement, and they have minus 10 speed until they heal 1 HP.
Oh, okay.
Huh.
So that's all. So that's all difficult terrain.
I wish there was a way we could apply the difficult terrain to visualize it better.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Thank you. Forgot we could do that.
There we go.
Alright, so
Lots
that's
of little spiky bits.
All right.
You have it as an attack for some reason?
I do.
Nat 20 caltrops.
Dang.
Well, because I have to throw it, so
You do have to attack a ground tile. I think it's a DC 5.
Oh.
and I guess that'll be my thing. Arusha, protect the other side.
Who next?
As long as someone can cover the southern side, I'll be able to freely attack. At least somewhat.
Well, guard dog.
Do it.
Off.
Do I don't know. Is it my turn?
It is.
Alrighty. Q, not space, which is fucking weird. How do you forget? Okay. What happened? Oh, god damn it. Fuck. Great.
Uh-oh.
That's never fun.
Fucking page froze up on me.
Uh-oh.
Tell to stop that. Oh, yeah, you vanished now. Are you refreshing?
Yep, coming back.
Okay.
Just letting you know, Evangelion's playing in the background as I rip and tear. Okay, I'm back, and I'm just let's fucking tear this motherfucker apart.
Please do.
Okay. Gonna spend a key point to do flurry of blows and immediately make an attack. Just take 2 armor attacks. Gonna make Uno spend 1 key point to make flurry of blows. So it's another one of these. Bow bow.
Dang.
I'm gonna spend
Oh.
spend one more key point to make this
Oh,
shit
no.
happen.
Remember,
God damn it.
you have inspiration, so you can add a D6 to one of those.
He's right.
I know that. I understand that. But at the same time, spend another key point.
I'd suggest the first one.
Okay.
I take.
She got
5.
flustered because Amarok yelled at her to do something. Like, wait a minute,
14.
I don't follow your...
14 for the first one.
All right, that definitely hits.
5.
Better than nothing.
Bludgeoning. So if there's skeletons, that should be very good.
Very effective.
To that, I will a key point to do patient defense.
All right.
What's that do?
It allows me to I can take a dodge action as a bonus action on my turn.
Didn't the key point let you use the bonus action to make your Fury of Blows?
Well, one of them, right?
Well, yeah, you use a bonus action to do Fury, which gives you 1, but then a key point gives you 2, if I'm correct.
Well, you decided against using a key point. You decided to use your inspiration, right, Hoff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but like that's why he's got 3 attack. And then the inspiration just adds a D6.
I don't know if we're being talked about it. Whatever, moving on.
Sorry, didn't mean to ruin that.
That's all I got.
Okay. Well, I mean, we can look it up to see if it's a bonus action for you to be able to use a key point to be able to, another key point to be able to do it again.
No, I'm not doing it again. I was just saying.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So then it becomes. Oh, and when you punched this thing, you what do you go for? How does it? Where do
Go
you
for the
punch?
face.
All right.
Go for the weird tux thing.
Okay. You they're not exactly skeletal. They're they still have their flesh on them. It's just yeah. They're this looks like these tusks are growing out of them and like skewering various parts of their bodies. But when you go for a punch on this thing, you actually knock a good chunk of its like a half of its skull and brain out. It almost felt like you were punching a cake. Actually, it felt softer than a skull should when you punch.
Yeah, I wring out my right fist. I'm just like, what the hell's?
And this thing makes a strange screech at you as now these tusk creatures make their moves.
Oh, sorry. After Arusha goes, I would like to go. I wasn't sure what the initiative was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I will scarper myself 5, 10, 15. And I will proceed to stab the ever not living whatever out of it. Do a little tumble up to it with my rapier drawn. Try to find the thing. Have at thee, beast. And I get advantage. Cases. Wait. Oh, sorry, no. Don't have advantage. It's a normal attack, but it does get bonus. Do I hit?
That you do.
Badass. Oh, right. I rolled this. And then...
Okay. Yeah, you stab.
Attack.
You
Or is it already dead?
Yeah, you stab into this creature, and as your blade pierces through it, through its chest, it feels like to you it feels pretty much the same. It feels like you were sliding into butter with the thing. It didn't feel like cutting into flesh, and then as you like stab into it, and then you pull out or you slash away, it makes another harsh screech, and then the tusks and it begins to fall apart onto the ground and then dissolve into dust.
What in the seven hells are these things?
Oh, definitely not human.
Well, thank you, Mrs. Obvious.
Mm-hmm.
If
You're
it
welcome.
bleeds, we can kill it.
Jesus.
But so let me. Yeah, so he's done. That would go back to so now it is their turn. You can appreciate it.
You could always just delete it, so technically it did dissolve.
No. I loot it. Is there coins in this pile of goo?
Don't tell him yet.
There's there's nothing in the dust.
I take up my little gold pan and start sifting through it, shaking it through a sift.
Gold tooth.
Please not in the middle of combat.
That's cunning action. Use an object.
Ooh, no.
Easy.
But all right. So so this guy right over here, he doesn't really so much as care. Like, he doesn't really look towards what happened to this other creature and regard it in any way after you killed it. It just kind of looks toward
Its victim.
it just looks toward Arusha, and then slowly shambles its way
Shimmy, shimmy.
over to you. And let me go ahead. And he will. What happens is these tusks that have continued to grow and pierce its body, one then begins to, an arm stretches in the air, and one begins to pull, farther and farther out from his body until it completely separates from it.
And it has a sword.
It has a spear.
That's a
Oh,
big
boy.
tusk.
That it is this one. Foot does 1d8. All right.
I think that hits.
Yes. Ow.
Oh. Dang.
Ouch. Yeah, definitely a hit. Do you need spear damage, or you got some custom?
All right.
Oh, hey, baby, with that.
Necrotic damage.
Erotic damage.
No. Not yet, at least.
Spear's a D6. Everybody, this is working out really well, but ooh, I find it funny. Everybody goes down like you said, and Amrock is up there by himself, like, hold the line.
Because you can actually take it. Aim squishy.
It's actually a really good strategy. Let me hold up the bulk until everybody can.
Till we
in
get a
the
clear
herd.
spot, and then we'll have.
That's a great strategy.
Arusha
especially
can
with
take a hit, so can I. Not a lot of them, but like one.
this is a hit.
Yeah.
I can.
One.
I cannot.
Well, yeah, but you're also in about 2 levels going to start burning everything alive.
I can't wait.
Okay. So I'm guessing. Yeah, that's how much you have left. Okay. So yeah.
15, huh?
These other shamblers over here then begin to wander towards you, Amarok, since you are the closest. And
Bring it on. I'm not raging. No.
Oh, crud. That's
It's-
no good.
Yeah, well, if I raged and then they didn't hit me, I would have wasted a rage.
Oh, they definitely hit you.
They're hitting you.
so that's one,
Okay, I can
and
take
that's
it.
the second one.
That one misses.
Right.
They're definitely hitting you.
It's okay. I can more than take it.
For the
Oh,
first
no.
one, the first one stabs you
Ah.
for 3 solid damage.
Jesus.
Pokes me with a tic tac.
You barely feel a thing.
Ding, bell, bell.
Which one hit me?
The one on the left.
Okay. He dies first.
Confirmed.
Hashtag you're dead.
By the way, both of you, when you were stabbed by this thing, it felt like you could feel a blade going through your body, but there's no signs of blood or any stab wounds.
Oh no, it's mental damage.
I mean, so.
The
I would
illusion
like-
check.
feels
I disbelieve.
I don't know. Do they seem? Can I take passive perception?
I mean, that's you already rolled.
I mean, these creatures are not of this realm. Possibly not even of this. Like none of you have ever seen creatures like this before.
Illusion
And obviously,
magic.
what's happening?
It's not real.
What's happening to you right now is
GM shenanigans.
it's all GM shenanigans, Amarok.
We're gonna come out of this and we're gonna murder a bunch of civilians.
Oh, stop being presumptive.
So I'm right.
So yeah, you feel that, and yeah, and then these two in the back.
Whoops, that was a misclick. Sorry. That
No, you're fine.
Lightning bolt.
Yeah. They have in their possession would look like some very shambled together from these same tusk-like materials, some very, very shoddily put together crossbows of sorts.
Shoot me!
Oh, they are.
Yay.
I'm over here.
Okay, I got you. I got you. Fuck right off!
Oh, crud. That's what you get.
All right. And that's the second one.
Well, who are you shooting at?
Yeah, you're just kind of pointing now.
That was me.
Yes, both of them shoot at you.
Oh, me?
Yes.
Sure. Okay. What one hit? What's the damn?
50.
Unlikely. Oh no, 3 damage.
Oh, it's a critical.
Oh shit.
No, it's
So you take
max.
9.
See these hits, man.
For
I mean,
real?
at least it's not a shitload of 20s.
Ouch.
We won't talk about that.
We'll talk about those
Yeah,
cockers.
we don't talk about that.
Chickens.
And then that is all of the Shambler's turn.
Alright, so it is back to Welsper, correct?
Yo.
Back to Wells. What do you got?
I am going to do 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 do.
Hey, that's how I feel.
So I'm going to move behind Amrock, and I am going to touch your body. Get ready. I'm gonna touch your
Don't waste your healing spell. I'm good.
Fine.
I appreciate it because I'm just gonna take more damage next turn. I appreciate it.
Fine then.
I-
I will just
Bow and arrow.
I have nothing to do in my area. I'm just gonna stand back here then, and this is a what's the range? What's the range? Oh, that's a big range. No, that's not what I want. This one. Oh, that's a big range. I'm going to aim at this dude, and I'm going to use
All right.
vicious mockery. And
Good call. Good call.
roll 1d4 psychic. Ugh. Ugh.
Okay, so first I need to
Do a saving throw.
make a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah. That's
And
right.
and you know what? I will even let you re-roll it because we didn't do the wisdom saving throw first. If the wisdom saving throw does not succeed.
Alright.
I mean, these things aren't very. I mean, wisdom isn't their strongest suit anyway, so.
Hey, -7.
Wait, you're making her roll a wisdom save, or you're rolling?
No, I'm
No,
doing
they
it.
have to.
Oh, okay.
Alright, so the fails, obviously, so go ahead and roll again.
Hey, yay.
Yay!
Should be oh
That's better.
you lucky.
And you have
Silence.
disadvantage on the dex attack roll.
What do you say to him?
I tell him his mother never loved him and he will always be a piece of shit.
Well,
Okay.
he's halfway there.
So you say you shout this at the shambler, and then it screeches, "She's right." But yeah, and okay, and as you do it, you notice it's like it did still have ears, like they fucking start to crumble to dust and like fall away, and like along with like different parts of it, and then
I didn't end my turn.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
I will use. I will use bonus action and.
Good girl.
I will use a bonus action and give bardic inspiration to Arusha.
Good job.
Hey, now we both have it.
Alright, there you go. And I'm done.
All right. Next would be James.
No, James moved his turn.
No, it's
No, I mean it's still back to him.
No. My position in the initiative is set now after Arusha.
Okay.
That's how it works?
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Oh, I didn't know that actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then it is Menador's turn.
Today I learned. Alright, sounds good. Let's see. Alright, I have...
You got this down here. Take care of up there.
Yeah, alright. Sounds good to me. Does the cow trap affect us too?
Yes.
Dang it. Alright.
I mean, can't you like choose to walk slowly over it or something?
Yeah, if you treat it as difficult terrain, half speed, it won't affect you. I purposely did that so it wouldn't go around me to hit our soft members.
Gotcha. Dang it. If you move one more space back, Alabaster. Actually... I got it. Please tell me I read this correctly, or else someone's gonna suffer. Alright, so move over here.
Oh, that's a touch spell.
Not entirely. You might be
It
familiar
has-
with this one.
Are you gonna thunderwave us? I'm gonna be very upset if you thunderwave us.
Look. I promise it'll be fine. But I want to verify that what I have in mind will indeed work. And it will benefit everyone, I promise you.
Oh God.
I don't know why, but when he says I promise you, I'm just like,
Where is my thing? Ah, dang it. So close. Alright, no problem. Alright, so... I'm like nervous to press the button.
What is it? What is it?
No balls. No balls.
It should be fine. I do, cause I have Arcane Tradition, School of Evocation, and Sculpt Spells. Basically, dependent on what is the level of the spell, is oh, actually, never mind. This works even better in my favor. I can choose 1 plus the spell's level to save from my negative effects. And considering I read it again, that means I don't have to do originally what I wanted to do, which is actually a little bit of my opinion. So, and then I want to use my sculpt spells to save Amarok and Wellspur or Alabaster from my Thunder Wave. So you automatically succeed and take no damage.
Wait, see? That's how you do a Thunder Wave.
Ah, I don't have that, man.
Yeah, I don't think she can get this.
I know, I'm confusing.
Okay. So, so just for future reference, explain to me what you did for the for saving them.
I used the Arcane Tradition from the School of Evocation, the Sculpt Spells feature or trait, I guess, whatever it's supposed to be called, which will create a pocket of relative safety within the effects of my evocation spell. Wait, is this an evocation spell? This is an evocation spell, isn't it? Yes, it is. Okay.
Yeah, if it's a damaging spell, it's evocation.
Okay, I got spooked for a moment. Okay, but yeah, it is
Fireballs, Thunder Wave, stuff like that.
Yeah, so I can choose a number of creatures that I can see with a 1 equal to 1 plus the spell's level. So it's a level 1 spell plus 1, 2, so I can save 2 people from it. So I decide to save Alabaster and Amarok from the effects. And they automatically succeed, and they take no damage if they would normally take half damage on a successful save. So they succeed. Yeah, they succeed and take 0 damage, and then the other 2 have to do a Constitution
DC
save.
13, Constitution.
13.
Okay, and who are you aiming at again?
Well, it's a 15-foot cube, so these 2 get hit. I wanted to get this one, but just barely out of reach. Yeah, so these 2 get hit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So a Constitution. Okay.
Need to get a DC 13.
That's a and that's a fail.
Yeah.
So.
Oh God.
All right. So you send out, and it does 18 thunder damage. Okay.
It does 2d8 plus 3. I don't exactly know why I rolled the 18. Oh, that is.
Yeah. That's your damage. That's how much damage you did.
My God.
You rolled a 7 and an 8 plus the 3. So yeah. These things you throw out this fucking goddamn. What does it look like?
Wait, how do you get plus 3?
Intelligence modifier.
You get that on there?
Oh, actually, that's a good question.
I don't think spells get that. Like usually they get it to hit,
what
but
about the
not
spell
damage.
attack bonus?
Yeah, you get it for the attack bonus, but not damage.
Oh, I see what you mean. Oh, and they don't get the intelligence modifier when I get hit?
Unfortunately, no. Otherwise,
why did it
Queen
apply
would
it
be-
then? Oh, because I did add ability mod to damage or healing. Okay. Alright, then just reduce to 3. It still has 15 damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. So what happens is
them.
when you, so tell me what it looks like when you send this bolt.
So the fury that I had from the earlier encounter that we had the past day absolutely explodes into my being while the other 2 are covered in like a little barrier that would save them from the thunder wave, and then obviously the huge, basically an electrical explosion would happen around me, and then I'm just cackling.
By the Queen's beard! Holy crap!
Right.
Alabaster, you need to take notes. See how he doesn't electrocute me?
I'm not a wizard, bitch.
Well, you're flinging around magic like you are. I'm guessing these like zombies just disintegrate in mid-flying air.
Yeah, they don't even have a chance to really turn to dust. It's just like 1 second they're there, and then the next second she's laughing and nothing is there.
It's the Smash Smash Brothers
Holy
beam of light. Basically.
God.
Holy
No.
shit. That was amazing! Do that more often.
Fun. Anyway.
Yes, you can only do that like 3 more times, shielding us.
No. It's second level spell. You could cast it once. Maybe.
No, I mean the shielding ability. I think that's once per intelligence, or is that every time? That doesn't matter. Whose turn is it? My turn?
It would be, yes.
That was amazing! But you show me mine. Bonus action? Mwah! And no whammies, no whammies, no whammies.
Yeah.
Yes.
That absolutely hits.
Oh my god.
All right, so
18, add 2 to that.
Rage, I guess. Dang.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you let out a feral roar and you charge up to this thing and you slash into it with your great axe, your newly bought great axe.
No,
And,
battle axe is new.
Axes. But you charge up to this thing and you absolutely kill it. And this thing, much like the ones, it's not like they disappear, but it's like you cut into it, and you cut into it, and where normally like if this were a person, it would just be like slice, and then like half of them would fall to the ground. Here, it's like you cut, and then the whole body topples in on itself and immediately disintegrates.
It Thanos itself out of existence.
Whoa. I didn't know my axe could do that.
I like
All
this.
right. So he is donezo.
Arusha?
Yep, it is now Arusha's turn.
China fucking Lee. I'm gonna get very, very pissy here in a second. Sorry, James, if you get burned in the process.
Oh,
I shrug.
I guess.
You have Bardic Inspiration again, remember?
I know. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go semi-super saiyan, and I'm just gonna flames are going to ignite from my gauntlets as I tap into my primal earth, not my primal earth, but my primal fire. First, I'm going to do my regular attack, punching him. Do a flurry of blows, but I'm gonna spend another key point on top of that to do fire instead of bludgeoning. So I'm spending 2 key points on top of each other.
Nice.
okay.
Overkill.
All right. So you Kenshiro this motherfucker.
Fucking, I punch him so hard, I send a line of fire in that direction.
Yeah, it's like, you send like a burst, like a whole fucking line of fire across the side of the street there, like, and the dust just spreads along it as it blows off into the. And he is done.
I scream over to the dog, and I'm just like, "It's all you, dog boy!"
Oh, did I strike a nerve?
He's not gonna respond to that.
Wait, so Arusha's finished your turn?
Yes, now it is your turn.
5, 10, 5. 40, 50, 55. Yep. Cha.
Holy
Make a
shit.
dash. I'm a rogue. I'm a quick. So yeah, my cutting action to make a dash. I fucking sprint, jump over, fucking tumble past the caltrops, and slide with my rapier into the gut of this creature.
All right.
Dealing a tremendous miss.
All right. Well,
It's super dramatic. Backflip. What?
I stumbled on the caltrops, lost my footing, kind of stabbed into it, and just kind of went through the nothing that's there. It happens.
right. So you do your little tumbling and everything, and yes, it is. We'll say you stumble and then you
My
miss.
rapier kind of wilts a little. Huh. I swear it's not normally like this.
Zombie's turn.
Yeah.
Yes, it is the one zombie left's turn.
Does he try to shoot his crossbow?
He's not very bright.
Stab him.
This thing is not very bright.
We attack him.
Yes, we do.
He provokes because he's standing in front of us like an idiot.
Oh, he's gonna have a bad day.
Redemption.
Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, he does move action to reload and then try to shoot us, right?
Yes.
Okay, then yes, we attack him collectively.
Okay,
Oh.
I'll go low. You go high.
13 total.
All right. So with your combo attack, with your so how does that look when you two come together for this finish?
Can I?
Have at her.
I swing low. As I'm swinging, James leaps off of my axe, doing a backflip in the air. I take out this thing's legs, and James comes straight down into its skull, tackling it to the ground.
So I shish kebab it, is what you're saying.
A la Legend
Yeah.
of Zelda.
I skewer him upon my pointy stick.
Eek.
That you do, and you come down with this thing as it crumples. Your daggers, and in what once was his head is now dust. In the
Combo!
And then, after finishing off
Well,
the last guy,
I will say that punch probably pulled a hole in the whatever building is across the street there.
oh yeah, I mean, there's like a fucking, like, you know, when people do burnouts, there's like a fucking burnout line on the road leading up to like the side of like a bakery.
Dang.
Back to the Future.
Yes. So after you wipe this last guy out, you then rise and collect yourselves, and then you all hear simultaneously in your heads a deep reverberation and the sound of someone saying, "Interesting." And then, immediately, all the dust from the bodies, everything around you, seems as though it is swept away into the wind. And then the dazed look, the wide-eyed look on people's faces, then begins to fade away as they begin walking around you once again, as if nothing had happened.
Are we still in this weird area? Or
Well, right now you're all in the middle of the street, it seems, with your possibly with your weapons still drawn and everything. And that mark that was on the street that Varusha made, that's still very much there. But the people are now just returning to the way it was. There's people just start opening and closing their eyes rapidly, and then start continuing conversations where they had left off prior to what had happened here.
I wanted to ask, is it possible to do an Arcana check?
Sure.
I just want to see that. Of course.
Yeah,
Of course.
that's a good roll.
I actually want to.
If you want to assist, it's a little late. I've already made my roll.
That's not
I
what I want
believe.
to do.
Okay, just in case.
I want to use.
James, you have to have Arcana in order to do Arcana.
James, no.
I want to use a spell slot to see if there's any traces of magics left around.
Are you using Detect Magic?
Yeah.
You gotta concentrate.
Is the Bard a ritual?
It is
Caster?
a ritual, but yeah, it is.
Or are you a ritual caster though? That's
It is.
That's a
caveat.
Yeah.
You're misunderstanding. One
If Bard
second,
is
I'm
a
looking it up.
ritual caster, yes.
But if you're not a ritual caster, you can't use the ritual casting.
But I just told you I am.
You are. Okay, yeah.
Pretty sure she can ritual cast.
I mean,
Yep,
if they allow her.
I just checked it up.
Oh.
She doesn't use a spell slot for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
just
it takes 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll go into the inn and get a broom and
Yeah,
start
see?
sweeping up all of the nails. All of the
To people on the street, it may just look like I'm doing a little performance, but I'm actually casting this shit.
Is this considered a short rest while we wait on her?
I mean,
Technically.
yeah, if you wanna,
Because I
sure.
do wanna.
But to give you your Arcana check, you okay.
Sorry, that's for me.
Right. You can obviously feel the presence of magic, and I'm not just speaking of the check itself, but what I mean is how does it look when you want to focus on finding certain magic? Like, what do you do to show that you're
Who are you asking?
more so just for a lot of it's just for flavor, but I'll just go ahead and say that you look around the area and you really you tap in to and you try to tap into any residual magic that might be in the area. And the same with you, Alabaster. For Menadora, it's a little bit more physical, but for the both of you, you get a sense of that. This is a type of magic that you've never actually heard of, or even even seen before. It's almost otherworldly in a sense. It's looking around at where there once was dust and all of that stuff. This is very, very powerful magic. Whatever this is powerful otherworldly magic that, well, could be tapping into other means of magic beyond the tower itself.
Suspicious.
Suspicious indeed. So this is what I got from using the spell, right?
Yes. For you, it's the same. You definitely feel it even more. You feel it. Yeah, it's absolutely connected. This magic that you feel, it's definitely connected to some other. It doesn't feel of this world. It's connected to some other source. You obviously know the feeling of the magic that you use and the magic that like anybody else uses here, but this is something else entirely.
Okay. Well, I am going to grab my dagger, get into the inn, go see the barmaid, ask her if I can play some music for money, and that's it.
All right.
Are we gonna go to a ship or a boat or something?
Tomorrow morning.
Oh, true. You're right. I get you. I understand you now. I am within the realm of understanding.
Yeah.
I'm going to get a drink.
I need to go
Okay.
cool off.
So
All right.
Any chance I could recollect up the caltrops I dropped? Since I was in there sweeping them up. If not, it's cool. They're cheap, but
No. Yeah. You. It looks a little weird. Like it was weird enough when people just started. People noticed and just started moving around. Like somebody would stub their toe or something. Just people would start moving around them. And yeah, you come out with your broom and just start sweeping them. And
they go over into a curb and then pick them up.
yeah.
I'll take it. Might as well not waste the silver.
No.
Okay.
So, real quick, can I start playing my music for some money?
Okay, so you walk into the bar, and you hear the sound of a couple of violins playing, and you notice that the musicians she has hired frequently are now up on the stage. And you walk up to her and you ask her if you can get in on that, and she says, Eco says, well, sure. People definitely enjoyed your show. It'll be a little bit though. I've already got my afternoon performers up, so.
No, I can wait. I'm just gonna sit down and drink with Amrock, I guess.
Yep. I'll actually go up to the bar and hand her a whole gold. All drinks are on me. For everyone in the bar.
Yeah, you hear there's actually quite a few more people in here than you're usually used to, and and you get from one guy, and then it spreads around, and then it's you get a resounding hey, yep. And then a few howl.
Yep, there I go. To a battle well fought. And I wrap my arm around Wellspur and yeah, you did a great job.
I did nothing.
You did a great job. You didn't electrocute me this time.
I did nothing.
I'm guessing the rest of our crew came in, unless they're still wandering the streets.
You don't understand how hard it was to hold back from getting in close range, sticking something with my rapier, and then expending a use of bardic inspiration to use psychic blade on it.
That would actually be a really good idea. Just make sure that you're not surrounded.
Yeah, but I have all the heals, so I was I can't do that.
You can when it's safe, but if there's 50 enemies, if there's 50 enemies, don't.
Taking out the two at the bottom, you could have went down there and fought the two at the bottom, no problem. it's just like at the top, there's 4 separate guys. So like, there's nothing to stop them from just attacking you, and not me. So, like, you pick off the side guys. Like, let me be the wall, and then you go for the side people, like James does.
Okay. So you two, everybody's having a celebration in the bar right now. A Charlie Murphy celebration, and
Charlie Murphy.
what's everybody else doing for the rest of the night? Just to
I wanted to ask the people around, see if they can say anything regarding the event that just happened. If they experienced anything at all during that time period.
Okay. You approach some people. You approach like a couple of people, and you get some strange looks from them. Like, well, not like their faces are strange, more like just some like raised eyebrows of like, what? No, we were just like heading to the bar, or we were going
Tell them
to
my face, weirdo.
Yeah, we were trying to we're going to go.
Why is your skin purple?
Going to go pick up our kids, and stuff like that. People just saying we were. Yeah, no, everything's normal. You don't get a sense that anybody felt anything after what happened. Nobody says they remember anything. Nobody even it's just they just give you weird looks.
And yet, that scorching fire that Arusha left is there. No one acknowledges it.
Oh, people acknowledge it, especially the old dull toil woman who comes out to fucking freak out about it. Who's her fucking bakery got a chunk missing out of it now.
Actually, can I ask her about that? Like, did it happen over a normal sequence of events would happen? Or did it just suddenly appear for her in her eyes?
Okay, so yeah, you ask her. Yeah, you ask her these questions. She in her panic state, trying to clean it up. You approach her and you ask her, and she turns to you and she pulls her she had an apron on. She was in the middle of baking, and she gets up and she says, sorry. I don't know. This burn mark just. I walk outside because I hear a commotion, and I hear my son tell me that there's a part of my building missing, and I walk outside, and then there's this huge burn mark in the street, and then a piece of near the foundation of my building is gone, and now I'm going to need to pay for this.
You didn't hear any of this?
No, did you see who
Nothing.
did it?
Yeah, she says here, and no, I remember I was baking some brownies, and then my son comes in eventually, later, and asks me, hey Ma, did you see this hole that's in your building now? And then I come outside and I see this.
Interesting. Huh. Let me see.
She actually thinks on this for a second. This much damage.
And no sound.
Would be heard, but she can't. You see her squinting, really thinking, and she's a dull toil, too. So it's She even starts to question, like, is my hearing going this soon?
I mostly up on next to Minotaur and is like, did you find anything yet?
Could be. Alright, well, I appreciate your time. Hopefully everything goes back to normal. Yeah, well.
Oh, yes. It's fine. It's fine. Just need to. And she like scratches like the back of one of her ears, and she says, "Just need to deal with this now." But the store's still open if you want anything.
Need to pay for all the damage.
Could definitely use the money right now.
How much do you need, madam?
That should be you. Bye.
Well, it's a it's a significant amount of property damage. This is definitely going to run me at least a couple hundred gold, maybe more. Well, I'm not so good with finances. My son usually handles that, but this will definitely cost me quite a bit.
I hand her 100 gold.
Oh, no, I can't take this.
Take it.
Do you like shove it into her hand?
Yes, I'm like, take it. It's good on me. It's good on you. Let's leave it that way.
Okay.
I turn
Yes,
to walk back to the inn.
You're free to as many brownies and fuck. The only thing I got on my mind is cinnamon rolls. Somebody give me another baked good.
Bread.
Yeah, there's cinnamon rolls right in front of the inn, and we had to go to another town for
All
it.
you see is me and
Spoonskies.
Cinnamon roll.
I know, silly. She makes moose cakes.
Cookies.
Moose
Cookies.
cakes.
Moose cakes. Okay.
Cookies, brownies,
Christ.
cinnamon rolls.
Yeah. So she says you're like from now on you can have as much as you like.
me.
She shouts
All
at
you
you.
see
You're welcome.
is me and
I
Cleve
wave.
with 2 wheelbarrows full of cinnamon buns just sneaking out the side.
I wave her off and it's like, I'll come by always. I'll always come by.
Add that onto your allies and organizations.
Oh, I stop for a second. I'm like, what's your name, ma'am?
Rosie, dear.
Annie Rosie. Got it.
Yeah, if you don't mind me asking, what's yours, young one?
Arusha Valentine.
You see a thing pop up in your vision that says, Rosie will remember that.
What's the name of the bakery?
Rositas. No, I don't know what I want to add. Bakery just sounds so normal.
Rosetta Bakery? I don't know.
Is it a stone?
Rose and bread?
Yeah.
So,
Rose and bread?
so I want to do something since I
Yeah,
have to
bread-
wait-
Sorry. Yeah, we'll just say the. Yeah. Rosetta's baked goods. We'll just leave it simple.
Okay.
Since it'll be a while before these musicians are done in the afternoon, I am done drinking my drink while Arusha was doing that. So I go back to the front of the inn, or no, actually, I go in the inn around the tables and shit, and I take out the 10 bottles that have this weird liquid that smells really good, and I flaunt my false identity as a merchant that I use to promote these beautiful tabaxi oils that help rejuvenate the skin and makes all the wives happy and shit. And I promote these to all the sailors around and the people who are interested in it.
I'm glad Amrock's fetish could make you a buck.
Okay.
What?
So you're using your second identity to sell these oils to people?
Yep. Like perfumes, if you prefer perfumes.
Okay, why don't you let me see, I've got your sheet here. Does it offer any does it any like actual like benefits to anything like that, or is it just you use it?
I'm embellishing it so that it sounds so beautiful and amazing in people's mind that once they use it, the kind of like the placebo effect would like make them feel like good and make them feel like their skin feels better and more shiny and stuff. But
Yeah, okay. Why don't you how much are you selling them for?
Something like that. That's like some kind of perfume, scented oil remedy. How much should I sell that?
It's up to you.
I have no idea how prices work in there. Is it possible to sell this for 1 gold a bottle?
You can definitely try. You can do whatever you want.
I will try then.
All right. So what I want you to do is make me a let me see. Make me a. I mean, these are tabaxi oils.
Mm-hmm.
You're just embellishing them even more, but they are tabaxi oils, like kind of made for the purpose you're selling them for. So, fuck yeah! Roll me a persuasion at advantage.
Persuasion?
With advantage. Advantage.
Oh, hot
Dang.
damn!
You're perfect.
Yes, you fucking. All right. Just for me.
Make that money.
Just
Tell me what your spiel is. How do you obviously like embellish it? How do you embellish it?
So,
What do you talk about?
As I got up to take all these beautiful bottles out, the way it went is that all of a sudden, out of my bag, I took out this kind of attire that I have that makes me look like a merchant while everybody else was distracted, laughing, drinking, and by the music and everything. Nobody noticed as I just magically
Get naked in front of everyone.
No, I magically switched out my identity. So I swiftly pull out all these bottles and put them on the table and start calling out to all the people, telling them about those magical tabaxi oils from the land of Pyrrhus that rejuvenates skin and makes it smoother, and about how all the wives crave it and how beautiful it makes them feel. I even bragged about how it could even be used for men's beard to make it more shiny, have those beautiful sailor beards, and all that stuff.
And everybody's nice and socially lubed up from buying around.
With a beautiful, beautiful scented smell.
Amrock is right there like, wow, you look really familiar. Hey, can I have one of those? I have a thing for them.
It's 1 gold.
Amrock
It's 1
hands you a gold.
sir.
Like,
This is
these are
a
amazing.
high
1 gold?
quality product.
Alabaster, no. Alabaster. This is a magical potion. These are tens of gold.
Did you pop out of nowhere to tell me that?
So you
I walk up and I go,
You are-
1 gold? Lady, you're selling yourself short. These should be worth at least 10 times that.
Hype man.
Now,
You covered it, sir.
I would normally I would allow something like that if she didn't already roll her initial sales pitch.
Yeah. That's fine.
But you get all the golds you want for all the fucking potions, all these oils. In fact, you know what? Sometimes your spiel is so, like, some of these dudes are so fucking wasted. Sometimes you get like 3 or 4 pieces. How many bottles do you have?
I got 10. And once in
sell
a
all
while,
of
when some guy comes on and looks all nice to me, I tell him I'll give him a special bottle of Tabaxiol, even though this is the same kind of bottle, you know.
She's an extra sucker.
Right.
Just to like grease them a bit more, so they'll like cough up that gold.
So what's actually in it?
That's a secret trade.
Because it's just water. It's just fucking water in there.
Investigate.
There's olive oil.
That's a trade secret.
It's just filled with olive oil.
So yeah, from some of these dudes, yeah, you scam a little bit more. So if you sell all the bottles, do you sell all of them?
Yep.
Okay, you make a tidy sum of about 17.
17.
Yeah.
Amara comes up when they're all gone, like, oh, is there any more? Like, I actually am a little bit of a connoisseur.
I'm sorry, my dear, but that'll be all. So
That's too bad.
I'll just kind of.
You look really familiar. What? Have we met before?
Okay, so on you saying that, Amrock, we fade out to credits. Now, let me just go ahead and preface before I even ask. Let me just go ahead and say right off the bat that it was hard. It was really, really hard, like, doing this. Now, and I don't even just mean like doing it. What I mean is, and I'm gonna call it what it is. It was like the guy fucking he said it in the Discord. Railroading. I absolutely fucking did. I did because, well,
You have to. It's okay. It's a joke. It's a meme. It's okay.
Well, a point was brought up to me, like that was it. Yeah, it was very, very true, and I admitted it. Everybody here, like, even when asked, like, it was hard to really come up with a reason why everybody should stay together, and there was nothing like big, world threatening yet linking you all, and
which is cliche, but okay, yeah.
I mean, yeah, like,
it's hard to avoid though. Yeah.
So I made a mistake not doing something, not nailing down something early on. Now I already had ideas for something, like for pretty much something along these lines anyway early on, but I wanted to, like, my mind kept changing on things and I kept changing things around, and then eventually it got to this point, and yeah. So, with that in mind, be honest. Please, I need it.
Well, don't worry. I killed Bartholomew James Brooke before you could. Now there's only James Brooke. Also, rip backstory. Those of you who cared about it.
Which very little of us did.
Yeah.
Aw, so mean. Would ask if we weren't put into situation after situation.
Yeah, we tried really hard to discover your background. You wouldn't let it happen.
Yeah, you weren't giving us much to work with, to be honest.
It would have came out later.
Pat, pat.
I mean,
You still have it. It's not like it vanishes.
oh, it's somewhere in the waters.
You just
And yeah,
I mean, but it's still part of you, though.
yeah,
Like spiritually.
sure.
Nah.
Yeah,
Okay.
and there was quite a bit of monologuing this time, but it had to be done to get it done.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, well, to be fair, and you know what? Kudos to you, Amarok. Do you already have inspiration? Yeah.
Yeah, I never used it. Can I have? I'll
Fuck.
collect them. I will collect them. Give me another one.
You can't.
GM rule.
You know what? You know what? Why not? I'm gonna throw the dog another fucking bone. You can, when you use that inspiration, you got another one.
Sweet. I'm gonna keep it till the end of the game.
Because I will say, and you know what, Arusha? Do you got inspiration?
Nope.
You take one too.
Because you used it earlier.
Yeah, you did. Because you two, especially, like, not to put anything against everybody else, like, everybody played it, like, really well, but, and you know what, James, you get inspiration too if you don't already have it, and if you do, just, because
that was a very good scene.
That whole thing with James getting rid of the code and the hat, and
I mean, it was that character dies or James dies technically. So it was make a choice.
And it was also like
Why?
you played James just as well as Amarok played Amarok.
James doesn't give a fuck about the world. Like, why would he? He's a kid. He's like 20 something. He has no purpose with that. It's like, oh, there's some evil, super powerful thing, or fuck off. Like, what? No, I don't care. Like, I was just gonna leave, and I got forced to stay. Like, I don't fucking care. I can't get to his backstory, so no, it just doesn't matter. So it was one of them had to die. That's about it.
Alright. So what did you like about my voice acting? Is that what you were going to say?
Yes. You played Amarok really, really. You played him fucking spot on. Like, that is, Amarok's a to the point guy. Doesn't gets very, very tired of long-winded explanations of things. It's like, tell me what I need to do. I'll fucking do it. Are you gonna pay me? No. Okay.
Like, and he's not even about the money. Like, I just thought, like, the queen was there. He'll do it for king and country. But it's just like, blah, blah, blah. And I don't like playing Angry Amarok. Angry Amarok is not as fun to play.
I had to keep him grounded, and I had to take charge.
Yeah, and actually, but I actually really did like that exchange with Arusha, and I'm just kind of Arusha being the freaking level-headed one for once. Like, hey, stop the big, giant, angry wolf from just snapping on people.
It's really interesting. Yeah, like she pretty much recognized, like, right off the bat, like, just being teleported here and like listening in and hearing things. It's like she knew, okay, yeah, this is very important, people.
Yeah, but she, Lucina herself said that it wasn't her that teleported us. It was that she bargained with another